Mets had a big win over your Phillies. It's Mr. Matt was out saying he wanted to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Vito was telling me this too. Now that he's lost this weight, he wants to get into porn shoots.
Oh, good. I think finally you're gonna get cast, and like not just the fetish stuff like it used to.
Here's the problem, Vito. There's almost zero money in this for men.
Yeah, I'm surprised by it. Like, really no money in it if you're a dude. They're like, the sex is enough. That's part of your pay.
Right. I know, but there's no one who's ever put, even women, do not put a man's name in the search.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Nobody wants to see, like, what the same guy is up to.
What's he doing, man?
What's he been up to?
Now, one of the websites, I forget what it was, let everybody know what everybody was getting paid. And you get paid per scene. They're not even movies now. No one sits down to watch a 2-hour porn.
So, like, depending on what you're willing to take on.
Right. Now, Chris, do you have this information?
Yes, I do.
And it changes? Like, do you get extra money for anal?
Yes, you do get extra money for
Vito,
anal.
you're doing anal then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's take a guess. What just a regular, straight boy-girl scene? Or hopefully man-woman, you know?
Right. I feel like that's got to be pretty inexpensive. We're just straight, okay, guy and a girl, I don't know, like $500, I feel.
$500, I think, would be, there's no reason to do it. $500. I mean, and plus, the girl doesn't know what's going to happen all the time. She could end up getting fish hooked. And I would say, give me an extra $75 for that. Chris, what do they get?
All right, the dude gets, in a boy-girl scene, gets paid $300 to $500 a scene.
Oh, you're right. For guys.
For ladies,
please.
For a boy-girl scene, they get paid between $900 and $1,000 per scene.
Starting to look pretty lucrative for me.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing:
anyone.
how many scenes can you shoot in a day? Suppose you go out and you shoot 5 scenes.
Right.
That top money is 5 G's.
5 scenes does sound exhausting, though.
Oh yeah.
I just mean for makeup and lighting alone.
How much do you get for a gangbang?
Okay,
because I think the money should roll in on a gangbang.
Yeah.
All right, for dudes, this is the.
They should get less.
Yeah.
The categories,
they're doing less work.
Yeah.
For threesomes, foursomes, and orgies, the base rate is $100 to $300 for a dude. In the if you're going above 2 people, pretty much.
Okay, are we talking per performer?
Per performer, yeah.
Okay.
I guess you're not doing that much work because there's like 3 other people there.
Yeah, you're
but
just
you know what,
popping in now and again.
But here's the thing: you got to keep your erection during that.
Oh yeah.
Right. And also you got to stay in character. Like you have to pretend like you're interested in what's happening.
Yeah,
at
like
least.
this is great, guys.
Yeah, and like, improv as,
How much for a sharking video? To have just someone come along and pull your dress up.
They don't have those numbers.
That's odd. That's really, really odd to me. Yeah.
And then for the ladies,
please.
It's your base rate plus $100 to $200 per additional.
That doesn't seem worth it.
No way.
Give me anal.
1 to 200 per performer?
Per additional performer. Yes.
No, that's no.
All right,
That
so you're
should
gonna
be
get your
way
regular
higher.
You're gonna get 500, and if you take on 8 dudes, that's an extra $800.
That's not enough. That's simply not enough.
Now for DP or triple penetration for the ladies.
Okay.
The DP is that ass and vagina or mouth and vagina?
Oh, they don't specify. But
they should.
So that's why they give you a range. I would assume.
Yeah.
Ass to vagina or ass mouth is going to be a.
And then triple penetration would be mouth, vagina, and ass.
Yeah, we
And
understand.
it seems so dangerous to me to have that all being opened at the same time.
It's between $1,200 and $2,500 per person.
Per person
for the lady. Excuse me.
So she's going to get 25. She's going to give 1,200, and then a little extra money, or that's it.
No, that's it.
Fuck that.
It says double or triple penetration, 12 to 2,500. It doesn't say per performer. That's just it.
No, but then does that fall into the threesome category where it's her?
Yeah, but even so, let's say you're getting $1,200 plus $100 for each additional hole. That's not enough. That's simply not enough.
Hold on. What if she's had her eye on a purse? By the way, I'm seeing some of these videos for the first time. Is breaking my heart. When I just saw the steeple come down.
Oh, yeah. And the
Heartbreak.
worst part is, like, I saw somewhere you're watching it from the crowd, and you hear like gasps. You hear some people crying as the spire falls. It was so sad.
So sad. Now, my father was telling me today when he was a kid, The Hunchback of Notre Dame came out, starring the great Quasimodo.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Lawton in that role. And he said all the nuns from the Polish church, St. Hedwig's, which he lived next to, would go to see that movie just to see Notre Dame, not to pay any attention at all to the story. They would just go to look at this cathedral. Isn't that something?
That's really crazy. This is so sad.
It's so sad.
It's really, really sad.
Well, you can feel good at least about Tiger Woods. Yeah. And now Trump's giving him an award. What is the name of the award? It's like the Freedom Award or something. I think
so.
It's like a presidential, I don't know,
patch.
seal of approval.
Yeah, it's a presidential patch that you get for doing sit-ups.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Todd, what's up?
Good afternoon, and girls.
Hey.
How come all the guys aren't getting upset over the double standard here of not getting equal pay?
It's a really good point, and I think the fact is that even gays are not looking forward to seeing men's dicks. Men's dicks, you know what I mean? It's just not the best thing. But yeah, they have every right to say, I'm in here, I'm spitting on her. I'm, letting my cock be spit on. Why aren't I getting the same amount of money as her? Now, this is exciting news for you guys. I think in a comedy club up in Vito's neighborhood, one of those New York comedy clubs, Stormy Daniels is going to come in and do a show with her opening act, Aaron Berg.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, so Berg, I think, could do very well in the field of male prostitution. So these sex workers, it's not a very fair thing to take on. Now, does it say any extra money for going black? Because I've always heard that the ladies can make extra money when they go black, but they always lose some of their racist fans.
Interesting. So it's a gamble.
Yes.
For your career. Well, I don't know what the rate would be, but I mean,
I'd want 15,000.
I would take that, ladies, compared to what you're getting on a DP, for sure.
What if it was blacked DP?
They don't specify race.
What about the gay for pay? Do they mention that?
The only thing they say is proven for men. Proven performers can get paid up to from the base is $500 to $1,200
on gay.
On just men, either boy or girl.
Right, but is there a girl on girl rate? Because that's going to be inexpensive.
Yeah, that's going to get $75 a piece.
Girl on girl, $700 to $800.
See, it's easy.
Yeah, that's better. That's the way to fly.
Girl on girl anal, $900 to $1,100.
Ass to ass is what you're saying.
Ass to ass. How much for cuckold or humiliation? Where you're not really in the scene?
Is it your real wife?
You're not really in the scene, but you're like, hey.
For men's ego, that pays top dollar. That's the most expensive one.
How much to eat a sandwich during cuckold humiliation? That should be worth something.
I think usually they just have like the best boy do it. Like they don't even get a real performer.
I've recognized porn directors in those scenes before.
Oh, you have?
I've recognized when it's the husband who is getting cucked. Yeah. It's just a director. I've noticed from a few other pictures.
Right.
How do you see directors? How do you know who the directors are?
I read interviews and follow Instagram pages.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I had no idea anybody did that.
The porn industry is fascinating to me.
Well, why don't you write a fucking book report on it? Hand it in. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B. What about POV? Because then the guy doesn't even show his face on camera.
Right.
Yeah, but he does have to keep the shot in focus.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a skill
work.
position. You know?
It's called gonzo porn.
What is?
Like when it's POV and it's like supposed to be the guy, like it's his view, it's called gonzo porn.
What if he just like she asks him a question, he just nods the camera?
I've never liked the like a girl getting like triple teamed because she always looks really like stressed.
Yes,
Yeah,
who wouldn't
exactly.
be?
That's why I don't think that's enough money.
Her mascara is always running at one point, and she's just getting slapped in the face with dicks.
Yeah,
It's rough.
exactly.
What about the women that have sex while they're smoking? Do they get a little?
That's actually
hazard pay?
considered a break.
Yeah.
So you're actually on break.
Oh, this is so great, and this cigarette tastes good. Well, yeah. What if you have to do it on a school desk? Is that extra money? That's fucking hilarious. All right, Liz Sets Fire just said, "How much does Stanley get for getting those titties fucked?"
My titties don't get fucked. I'm not a porn actor.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen in the future?
Now we see these titties. I think you might be.
for all we know, you are, but just being released in Central America. All right, let's see. You've been with your chick for how long?
2 years. 2 and a
And
half,
she's
2
Costa Rican, right?
Yes.
All right, tell us what countries border Costa Rica.
Okay. Well, first of all, I used to think Costa Rica was an island.
So your
And how'd you
previous
find-
answer was
how'd you
not.
find out that it
By
wasn't?
talking about it on the air here.
I told you, you
Yeah,
fucker.
yeah, she pointed
He
that
never.
out to
He's
me.
zero. He gives me zero fucking
he
credit.
never does.
And I treat this fucking mutt like he's my own son. I treat this fucking slackjaw bastard like he's my own.
All he ever wanted was credit where credit's due.
Is that so much, Chris?
It's not.
When you wipe the cum off your titties and give Ron credit.
I'm not letting people fuck my tits yet.
Yet.
Yeah, it always comes back to yet with you. Earl, would you be willing to carry an African shield and come in one of these stories?
For the right.
You did it with a porn star before, right?
Uh-huh.
Which porn star?
Brielson.
And then she retired moments after.
What did you do?
She said the bottom had fallen out of the market. Were you with her before or after she was with Charlie Sheen?
I think before. I'm pretty sure before.
You better hope before, because you know he's got the HIV, right?
Uh-huh.
Why does he keep saying "uh-huh"?
I don't know.
That's so
It's
weird.
very weird.
Creepy.
This is your new catchphase?
Yeah,
No,
you're,
I'm not, just not, no, I'm-
you become a creep, bro, without even knowing it. Who we got coming up on the show today, Chrissy?
Of Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle. They're coming up
Yeah.
at 3:00.
The New Negroes, and that show starts Friday night.
Friday night on Comedy Central and BET.
I feel like they have they announced this show like 2 years ago. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it was. Yeah, Comedy Central. It was 2 years ago where they like picked it up and said they were going to make put it to air, and now it's
Jesus
finally made.
Big
Ron.
What are
Put
you
it to
doing, dude? All you had to say was yes, and then you just fucking tried to make up your own language. as
Make you
spoke
put
to
it
me.
on there.
Finally made it to air.
There's a big problem in Florida, and this time it's not bath salts. It's meth head fucking gators trying to get into people's homes. There's so many gators now, and they're so fucking hungry that they're trying to pick locks.
Yeah, this is concerning because I always felt like Florida had too many gators to begin with. And now Florida's like, this is getting to be more than we're even used to.
You know, before you were born, when I first moved down to Florida, they fucking on TV, they were saying gators will be extinct in a couple of years unless we do something. And they went like 2 or 3 years. They said you can't hunt gators. And the way most people hunt gators down in Florida is take a flat bottom boat out, and you see a gator and you hit it with a shovel, pull it into the fucking boat, have sex with it, and then row it back into.
It's the Florida way.
Yeah, it's the Florida way. But I'm not kidding. They were like, gators are going extinct because you people have over gator hunted. And within 2 or 3 years, I mean, look what it's like now.
Yeah.
There's not a fucking pond in Florida that doesn't have a
Nope.
gator. They're in the swimming pools. They're in the fucking school system. They're, yeah, they put their heads up into the toilets and just have their mouth open, hoping someone then fucking puts their ass down. I mean, these gators are out of their fucking minds.
Dude, look at this video. That's a massive gator crossing the road I mean, this is so terrifying.
Oh, remember the old Florida joke? Why did the gator cross the road? To eat the toddler.
Yeah.
That's the funny joke
It's
there.
a joke, but it's also real.
Look how disgusting they are when
Yeah,
they
that's a
walk.
big one.
Like they're so high off the ground when they walk.
Yeah.
Why isn't anyone doing anything about this?
What the fuck are you going to do,
I don't call
Chris?
fucking animal control. I
Like,
don't
can I
know.
tell you
That's all
something?
they do.
Yeah.
Their bullet can't go through that skin. That's how fucking hard it
You
is.
can't.
You're basically looking at a modern day dinosaur. All you can do is take video and write, "Hey there, buddy," on the bottom of the
That's what I
video.
did anyway.
Hey there, buddy. What are you doing out here, buddy?
But
Guys down there in Florida, they're wearing fucking hard shoes and no socks and wearing a jacket with no shirt. Hey, we going out tonight? It's almost 4:30. It's time to eat dinner. Mom, I can't eat after taking all these bath salts.
I was explaining to someone how common open toe shoes are in Florida. That I was saying, like, yeah, most people are wearing open toe shoes all the time. And they were like, oh, yeah, because it's warm. So, like, when you go on the beach. I'm like, no. Not when you go on the beach. There's flip-flops are everywhere. It's not.
Most of those Floridians don't even go on the beach. The beaches are empty. And there was a sign down there that said $65 vagina tattoos. And they would pay you. They would pay you $65 if they could.
I'm going to use my DP money for that.
My DP money.
I have it in a jar.
All right, let's go over here to Patrick. He feels like he has an update for us. Patrick, what's up with Florida, man?
Hey, Ronnie B. Hey, there's another problem they got down there. Boa constrictors, a bunch of boa constrictors got loose during Hurricane Andrew. They were in a reserve down there, and a lot of them got loose, and they're killing the gators. They can actually take a gator in some cases and killing them. They're in a big war down there, but they're sending guys down there. There's a ton of boa constrictors. They just multiplied after Hurricane Andrew blew through, and they all got out of this reserve that was down there.
Is this like scary fucking fire stories that you're telling us at the end of the night? Here's the thing. If you're dumb enough and slow enough to be caught by a boa constrictor, you should be fucking eaten.
Dude, it's a problem because everyone down there has crazy exotic pets that always escape. And then even if, they're not native to the area, it's perfect for them to survive. Yeah. That's why the boa constrictor's like, this is good enough. This is great for us.
Dude, did you see that guy was kicked to death the other day by a big giant bird?
Yeah.
Kicked to death by a bird. Now, Chris, do you understand what she's saying? Like, everything adapts to Florida?
Yeah.
I look up in my tree one day, there was like 50 fucking wild parakeets because parakeets would just get out of people's houses, meet other parakeets, and start like a fucking parakeet herd.
Yeah.
And or flock, I guess it is. Not a herd.
The whole goddamn state seems like an animal preserve.
It is. Yeah. That is fucking true.
And
there's people down there just have zebras in their backyard.
There is. Our neighbor did.
Yeah.
Our neighbor literally did.
A fucking zebra.
How do you get killed by a flightless bird, though?
No, dude.
No,
this
that thing is big.
It's huge.
And its fucking feet are like razors.
Yeah.
And the idiot fell down, and that fucking bird was on him quick, just fucking waiting for something like that to happen.
He saw weakness. He saw the man fall. And this thing is like, you can't tell from that, but they're like the size of an emu. They're huge.
Holy shit.
And then it's literally, it's a velociraptor, like straight up. Like the talons on this thing.
I always like to say when it comes to those birds that life will find a way. Okay? It's the chaos theory. Look, Chris, just like a fucking hand when they put water on.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah. By the way, how much to have a raptor jizz on your fucking hand? How much would that cost?
It's like it says 400.
Good. Tell him I'm sending Earl down there. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
John, moon over Miami. You're on Bennington.
Ronnie B,
Yeah.
we got another problem in Miami, in Florida specifically. It's called guns. I grew up on Long Island. It's impossible to get a gun. I come here, they hand you one when you cross over the border.
Right. Well, the hope is that everybody in Florida will point the guns at each other and shoot at the same time.
And I will argue with no one.
My dream is to open up like a fucking zoo where I can drive gators through it to have them look at humans.
Love it.
Hi, you stay away from that big bird. He'll kick you till you're dead.
Now look, are those the talons?
Yeah, these are the talons.
Look at them.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. And Chris, you're saying you let that thing jerk you off? You're fucking crazy.
For free?
Tear my dick up.
Look at the one up there where like you can see it in someone's hand. You see the length of the talon.
Look at that.
Okay, so while you're making fun of this guy for getting kicked to death,
All right, take that back.
Here's Michael in Florida. Michael, what's up, buddy?
Afternoon.
Hey, buddy.
So I live in West Boca. Back of my yard is basically the Everglades. I've lived there for 13 years. I found 3 very scary things. I found a 7-foot alligator on the grass. We have a screened-in pool. And a 7-foot alligator on the grass. One day my wife calls me and says, we have a bird in our backyard attacking our 105-pound yellow lamb. So I came home and, Gail, the size of this bird was exactly what you said. I thought it was going to be like a teeny little bird. This thing was huge. I had to call animal control.
oh my god!
Yeah.
Dude, we
And
should
the same
just
thing with the
fucking...
alligator. I had to call animal control to get the alligator.
Let's have a pilot, a TV pilot called Florida Animal Control.
Love it.
Well, every fucking show starts bring. Hey, can you get over here right away? There's a giant talon bird trying to kill my gator. And I also think there's a hurricane off the coast. We tried to drop some dynamite in that hurricane hole. No luck.
Weird.
Dude, I was fucking down inland, right, at this fucking club. And a guy, we're talking to him. He just goes and runs, dives off a dock, and fucking grabs a baby alligator in the water. He had seen its little eyeballs popping out. He didn't even say, hey guys, there's a fucking there's a baby alligator. He just turned, started running down the dock. Came up with it. I saw it.
Why would he do that?
He's doing it 8, 9 times a day, Chrissy. Who knows? He wanted to get a baby alligator.
That's fucking shocking.
It isn't shocking. It's a whole fucking... It's a whole different way of life,
Yeah.
Chris, one that you won't recognize.
You don't understand. That's where I was born. Okay, I was born in Jurassic Park.
She was. We had her out on one of those airboats in the middle of the fucking glades. We were like, let's call this one Galen. Galen, you get out here and play that baby gator. She got 17 snakes.
There's lizards everywhere,
Yes,
right?
there's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
lizards, Chris.
Yeah, that's fucking strange.
When I was a kid, I used to take the lizards. You catch 2, and then you can put your earlobe, tickle your earlobe, and they'll bite your earlobe, and then you can hang 2 from your ears like earrings. I used to do that as a kid.
We were like this. You take those lizard earrings, you sell them online, you make this family a lot of money.
I was gonna wear these to church.
Yeah, of course you should wear them to church. Make sure you sit up front. Bad kids sit in the back with the devil. Sit up front with Jesus in the good seats. You take it off?
I have to.
All right.
I wish I didn't.
That's the whole song. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the whole goddamn song right there. Vito, Zion already said he's turning pro, huh?
What do you say?
What do you mean what I say? Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind, dude.
Fucking just declared for the draft yesterday. No surprise. I think
who?
it's no doubt he goes number 1.
I don't think he's going to dominate in the pros. I think he's going to be a decent player. Earl, what do you think?
I think he's going to be a serviceable player, but not the. Is he the second coming of like? Is he the next Jordan or LeBron? I gotta wait and see.
Well, you can't wait and see. You got to call now. The whole thing to talking about sports is predicting. I'm going to go to Chris Stanley. Chris, what do you got?
No way he fucking dominates anything. If he goes to the Knicks, it's even worse for him. He's going to be an average player at best.
If he goes to the
Flash
Knicks,
in the pan.
if he goes to the Knicks, he's dominating that team, and he's going to be a dominant player. And I see him making the All-Star team season 1 if he goes to the Knicks.
And if he doesn't, will you quit radio?
No,
Would you fucking retire from radio?
Do it.
By that time, you should weigh 140 pounds. He's losing weight. It's a terrible thing.
I think he's sick.
And he is sick. He's got to have a kidney removed.
That sucks.
yeah, you don't feel too good now, Chris, huh?
I don't think Chris would even feel bad if you died.
I don't either. I think he'd laugh and be happy.
I don't know if he'd be happy.
I
But
bet he'd end up giving you fucking anal.
Like my dead body?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll get paid $300 for that being a male performer.
You get an extra 100 for dead bodies.
Hey, when's Vinay's last day?
Next week.
Next Tuesday.
Tell Vinay to come on in here. Look, Liz has fire showing pictures of peacocks in her. She's had otters, peacocks, rabbits, gators. This state is nutty. It is. I used to live in an apartment complex that had fucking peacocks, right? They would just be wandering around. And those fucking male peacocks will come after you.
They'll actually fucking chase you?
Yeah. Well, that's if you're going to run. I can't fucking run from a peacock.
Yes.
It'd be too embarrassing. I stay and fucking swat it out. You got to move down. You can't be in that. You can't fucking, you know what I mean?
I pointed. Vinay just wasn't looking at me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But I mean, you've been here. This is your second semester. You know,
I know.
I don't want to cuddle up with you when there's fucking 3 different seats. It's got to be like when guys go to the movies together. You got to have a seat in between.
Like the urinal.
What do you mean urinal?
You don't want to pee next to your boy.
Boy, like a child?
No, like your
okay.
guy, your friend, your homie.
Vinay, I think you proved yourself this semester. What do you think?
I think I did a better job this semester.
Vito? How did Vinay do? Oh, God. Every time I try to come over, he's like a fucking nut. He's got to fucking go out of his way to put his headphones on. Then he's yelling at Earl, what happened? Look at him. The fucking headphones are going on for the second time. You got 2 pair of headphones on? Come on, man.
One pair of headphones doesn't link up, and then the other one is just there.
You're too thin for this, and you're yelling. How did Vinay do this semester?
All right, I was still pretty anti-Vinay up until he got back from L.A., and there was like a fire lit under his ass.
Nice.
And he told me that he realized that he was being lazy and he had to get his shit together. Unfortunately, it was 3 weeks before his second semester ended.
Did you do any sets in Vinay?
Yeah.
In LA?
Yeah, I did a bunch. That's why
Where
I went
at?
there.
Comedy store?
Coolest place no clubs yet, but the coolest place I did was the Dynasty Typewriter.
Oh, that's a beautiful room, right?
It was so nice. That was really fun.
How'd your set go?
I went really well. I went for like 15 minutes. I had a long set there too.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Place packed?
Yeah. And it was like a midnight show too.
Yeah.
It was packed. I was surprised.
Don't be surprised anymore. People are going out. I was like 1:30 or something before I went on at the fucking Cellar last night. It was like a fucking 8 o'clock show. People going fucking crazy. Everybody was up and having a good time. Rock was there. Chris Rock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Who else was? Aziz was there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you met Aziz yet?
I ran into him on the street once,
Mhm.
and he ignored me. He looked me in the eyes, acknowledged me, and then walked away. But on separate occasions, I know he always like responds to like my female friends that have stopped him on the streets,
Smart.
but not me. So
Yeah.
I don't know about that guy anymore.
Yeah, he's fucking straight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He's straight. Would you want to stop and talk to a guy? Hey.
No.
Straighter than a
And
fish
then
hook.
you're like, oh, you saw fucking Parks and Rec. That's great, man. Yeah.
Well, I was just like, hey, man, I know who you are. You know, like obviously there's a similarity.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
And I
that's what he
respect
doesn't
you.
want to fucking say. You know what I mean?
Maybe,
A
yeah.
younger version of himself.
Yeah, he sees the competition.
Yeah. That's the way George Clinton fucking treated Earl when he met him from P-Funk. Yep.
Like a used newspaper.
Has you ever had a celebrity be mean to you, Earl?
No, I've actually. It was a couple of baseball players when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're mean.
They're
fucking mean.
Cesar Cedeno, the outfielder.
Now, you had somebody be mean to you on the street, right?
Yes, two people actually.
Yeah.
One was Andy Richter.
Now, did you see he's just getting a divorce after 25 years?
I did see that.
Were you happy?
Yeah, because maybe if he was nicer to his fans, he'd be nicer to his wife, and they'd still be together.
Now, why wasn't he nice to you? I mean, there's a man that's a big fucking talent, so he doesn't have time for everybody.
So walking down the street, he's
All fucked up.
I might have been stoned, not drunk though. And I see Andy Richter, and he's going into the restaurant Esca. I think it's over on the west side. And I say, hey, Andy Richter, big fan. And he just looks me down and just looks at me in disgust and turns his head and just doesn't even fucking acknowledge me.
And then what'd you say after that?
I didn't say anything. I just kept walking like a bitch.
Maybe he saw you as competition.
Yeah, you look
No,
like you can
afraid.
sit on the end of a couch and agree with people.
Maybe it wasn't Andy Richter.
No, it was.
definitely fucking
Because
Andy
no one else looks like that.
But that maybe he was. This guy looked at him disgust because he was annoyed that he was mixed up with Andy
You're
Richter.
just a Conan apologist. It was
Yeah, you
definitely
are.
Andy Richter.
He's a fucking piece of garbage for what he did to Chris
Yeah,
Stanley.
he treated me like I was nothing. Like I was.
Well, you probably walked up with like stains all over your shirt, and you fucking were farting.
Why are you?
Anybody ever treat you mean?
Yeah, Moises Alou screamed at me
For what?
because the Sharpie he was going to autograph my baseball with wasn't opened. So he screamed.
Open the fucking shit up.
He screamed at me and said, "What are you doing? You have to be fucking prepared when you come up to me for an
I
autograph."
talked to you the same way about being a producer. You're never fucking prepared. Now, was Moises the one that pissed on his own hands?
Exactly him.
Yeah. I've been doing that myself, but by accident. I said, Moises, I piss on my own hands too. And he goes, why? And I go, I just can't wait. You know what I mean? I'm just when I'm taking it out, I start pissing. I would rather hear a story about a celebrity who was a fucking dick than any nice celebrity.
I have a nice celebrity story.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
You
that.
don't
It's
wanna
not
hear it?
funny.
He just said that's not what he liked.
No, but I have a funny one, I feel.
What's funny about someone being nice to you?
Yeah, I guess nothing. Yeah.
What did you do that Dynasty typewriter? Go up and tell fucking sweet stories about yourself?
I also had a late night announcer be a dick to me when I was in high school. Higgins from Jimmy Fallon was at a McDonald's eating chicken nuggets.
All you guys have fucking problems with the sidekicks on shows.
And I was like, "Hey, are you Higgins?" And then he looked up from his chicken nuggets and he said, "Yeah, but I'm eating."
He was right.
He was at a McDonald's. He could have taken some time from his chicken nuggets.
No, man, they'll get cold. And everyone knows you want to have really, really nice warm chicken nuggets.
That's fair.
McNuggets.
Another time I was walking down, I was downtown.
All drunked up.
I was probably a little drunk, and I see Rose McGowan walking down the street with a gentleman. And
Was it Harvey
I
Weinstein?
don't believe it was Harvey. I would remember that. And I say, hey, and I point at her and say, hey, Rose McGowan, how's it going? And then she just looks at me and says, no, and just keeps walking. Never broke
means
stride.
no.
No fatty or just no?
She's probably thought no, fatty, but she just said no. So that felt pretty bad.
Do you play your party at the Moon Tower song?
Well, this was 16 years ago, so it wasn't made yet.
There's a party at the Moon Tower. Now, what do you think goes through, like, if you were a fucking celebrity, how mad do you think you would get? I think I would go fucking nuts. Just people constantly asking for shit.
It would be really annoying.
I'd carry a fucking hammer and I'd say to somebody, you want the fucking business end of that?
But like, I mean, like if you're a public figure, what are you expecting though? Like,
Yeah, but it's okay to be a public figure when you're going to a public place. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, I'm going to my concert. I would expect somebody to say something. But if I was just going and eating some fucking chicken McNuggets, just sitting there thinking, man, I'm fucking starving. These McNuggets is all I can think about. And I see this fucking greasy Italian kid screaming at me.
I just remembered another time I ran into Bobby Flay 2 times in the same week. It was really weird. Once, like down on the east side or whatever, like in the 20s on the east side, and I was like, "Hey, Bobby Flay!" He was coming out of my lawyer's office.
You just yell their name, no matter who it is. Chris just yells their first name and last name at them.
hey, Bobby Flay.
Hey, Bobby Flay, how's it going? Like literally the same thing I did.
What do you want these people to do?
I was excited. I was a big Bobby Flay fan at the time.
You're a big fan of everyone.
And he just, before I even got like, how's it going? He said no thanks to me. It's before I even asked that. Fatty.
No thanks, Pat.
And then 3 days later, I ran into him again in Times Square, and I was like, "Oh man, twice in 1 week." And
you won't drop this.
And he didn't even talk to me. Then he just looked at me and then like, fuck, I just thought I was a stalker or something.
Dude, I used to eat at his restaurant right up here.
Bar Americaine?
Yeah, and he was just fucking making fries 5 feet away from you. You don't need to yell to him. He's a working fucking chef. One thing about Bobby Flay I've heard, fucking women love him.
Yeah.
They fucking throw themselves at that ginger.
Yeah, and there's a rumor.
Go ahead, give it.
That he is the baby daddy to January Jones's child. January Jones was on Mad Men. She was Don Draper's wife, and she got pregnant, had a kid. Never revealed who the father is.
Yeah, but he came with a side of coleslaw. So people started thinking it was Bobby Flay's.
Well, apparently she got into a car accident and she called him first to come fucking like make sure she's okay.
He's just a dependable guy.
Why didn't she end up calling an ambulance?
Well, Bobby's got this handled.
Bobby, should you set this leg before you take me to the fucking hospital? I'd call him if I had a fucking problem like I'd run out of a spice.
He like fucked so much that they like wrote him into Entourage.
You're just screaming, and then you yell, "He just fucks so much." What are you, fucking Larry Flint?
He fucked so much that Entourage wrote him in as a character who was like fucking Ari's wife.
That's the only way I knew who Bobby Flay was when I was younger.
Is that right?
Yeah, from Entourage. Ari goes, "You redheaded fire crotch."
Dude, you needed to watch Chillin' and Grillin'. Remember, it was him and like a fucking country guy?
Yeah.
And Bobby Flay hated that fucking dude.
Yeah, you could tell.
Hated
It's
him.
Really funny. And
That was my favorite show he's ever done.
I like brunch with Bobby.
Really?
Yeah, he would just cook brunch for his wife every day. I think it was a set. I don't think it was really his house.
Hey, Steve, what's up, buddy?
Hey, yeah, in '96, the Olympics in Atlanta, my aunt got me a job working for Turner Sports, and I was like basically part of a group of kids who took care of the VIP guests, and the dream team was staying at the Omni Hotel, which is downtown Atlanta, kind of the hub of the Olympics. And the last night, we got to party, our little group got to party in the penthouse that Arnold Schwarzenegger was staying in, and we got shit house. And we decided somebody from the dream team, if we could bring them into the party, it'd be cool. And again, I was like 18, and I saw Gary Payton down the street, and me and my buddy were hounding him, and he got about an inch from my face and just screamed, "No!"
I don't fucking blame him, dude. When you're a fucking all-star playing on a dream team, you don't want to fucking drink with a fucking 18-year-old boy. Imagine now, some 18-year-old boy tried to fucking pull you into a party. I'd rather choke him to death.
I tried to do that with you on the first night we met.
That's right, you did.
He tried to invite you to a kegger?
Yes. He fucking saw me on the street. He fucking jumped out. He goes, "Hey, Ron Bennington." Because that's what he does. He yells people's first and last name.
Said it twice.
Yeah. And he goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?" So first of all, it's Lexington Avenue or something.
Yeah, it's Lex.
It's where everyone walks.
What could you possibly be doing here?
You know what I was doing? I was coming from Fez's first heart attack.
Fuck.
Did you say no thanks to Chris too, like everybody else?
No, I went, nah. Nah.
I believe I asked, when's the next bar night if you don't want to come to this one? This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, and you haven't fucking changed a bit.
Not really, no.
Even like, every day I come in. Hey, Ron Bennington. Ron Bennington. Can't say my fucking name correctly yet.
I saw the UFC fighter John Bones Jones at a bar when I was in college, and I was all fucked up, and I was bothering him. Like, it's embarrassing to look back. I kept walking up being like, come on, John, take a picture with me. And he was like,
oh, my God.
no, I'm just trying to have fun on my like night off. And I was like, come on, John, don't be a fucking dick.
Once my friends and I got the cops called on Shia LaBeouf.
Why?
So I don't know if you remember, like after the 2015 elections, he had the "He Will Not Divide Us."
Yeah, well, but first of all, remember this: 2016.
2016, yeah.
No
it was
one
in
gets
January.
married on a fucking odd year.
So
Did you say married instead of elected?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I thought it was a euphemism.
Go ahead.
So
that's it.
No. So we were out and we went to the event that He Will Not Divide Us. It was outside MoMA PS1 in this outside place, and the cops were like doing their patrols because they were being loud. And me and my friends went over to a corner to smoke a joint. My friend who was holding the joint had a red beanie and a denim jacket, and someone called the cops on us. Said this kid in a red beanie and a denim jacket is doing drugs at this exhibit. So the cops came. And Shia LaBeouf was also wearing a red beanie and a denim jacket. So they cuffed Shia, and they were like, what you're doing here is illegal. And so he had to show them all the permits and shit.
Poor Shia.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Jim was telling me yesterday about this great Italian restaurant in Long Island City. And it's almost right behind that Pepsi sign.
Really?
Says it's been there for years.
Is it not? It must be on the water then. I think I've never
Yeah.
been to it. I know of it though. I don't know the name.
You know nothing about it. I just fucking stumped you.
All he can say
Literally, he goes, it must be by the water. Yeah, the fucking Pepsi sign is directly on the water. You found yourself lying because you know nothing
I don't know the
about
restaurant.
Long Island City. And the amount of times I heard you try to say you live in Long Island City.
I technically do.
You do not. Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I was snowboarding at Hunter, Michigan, and I saw a vintage D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And I just vaguely screamed out, holy shit, it's Private Pile. And he didn't like it too much. Sort of like walked towards me, but he was there snowboarding or skiing with his kids, so I sort of felt like a dick, but at the same time, I was a little starstruck.
Yeah, but why would you call him Private Pile? You know his fucking name. You know what I mean?
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that was fucking dick.
I call people by their full name. All right,
First and last.
First and last. One time, Deion Sanders was a real dick to me here at Sirius. I was trying to get a ball signed for the bonsai contest, and I go up to him like, I work here. Could you sign this ball? And he said, I get paid to do that, and then walked away.
You should have said how much. Is it fucking 20? Here, I'll stuck it in your fucking pocket like I do all the hookers.
You think that guy would make enough money, like, through his contract and
A
sponsorship?
lot of rich people are fucking cheap as fuck. That's their thing. That's why they got money. Dion, fucking prime time.
Fuck him.
I don't even think he could cover you, Chris. I think you could get fucking wide
I
open.
think the same thing.
You've always been like elusive fucking wide
Yeah,
receiver.
exactly.
You're not fast.
No.
But the fucking routes that you run are unbelievable.
Tight, Ron. There's tight routes. Great acceleration, but I'm not there for the long haul, you know?
No. You're fucking 7 fucking yard button hook every fucking play.
I met Shawn Michaels twice. Both times, he was very nice to the person who was with me and said 0 words to me, even when I spoke to him. I don't know why. And
Because you look like a luchador. He did the show here. He was a very sweet guy.
I just want to be nice. I just want Shawn Michaels to be nice to me. He's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Well, why would he still be? He fucking thinks that you're gross.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hate him now.
Why don't you tell him that you're a wrestler and this is your ring music? Hey, coming to the ring.
I got my goal.
Gabagoom.
Oh,
The fuck, Vinay?
You don't like him so much now, do you?
Oh, yeah, he's fucking dead to me now.
Hey, here comes your boss, Vito. Huh? Vito, he said you ate his fucking sandwich the other day. Is that true?
I got hungry, and he told me where it was.
He drank my drink today. He saw that I bought a drink. He looked at me and he popped it open and drank it, and he said it tastes nice.
Jim in Texas.
Hey, Ron, several years back, I was on a trip to New York with my wife, and I've been a big fan of the show for a long time, and don't go back to NEW days, but I'd always wanted to call you and say, big-ass card holder, something other. But anyway, I was driving. This cab driver picked us up at the airport, and he didn't cross like straight over from. We flew into JFK. But anyway, he kind of went around to the north of Manhattan and then come through. So we were kind of on that northeast side, and I knew I think Ron lives over here somewhere. Anyway, so I was like scouring the streets, and I shit you not, I seen you walking down the street with your shades on, smoking a cigarette.
That sounds like
and,
me.
It was like it was the most surrealist thing I ever said. And I kept telling the driver, "Hey, stop. My wife, she's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I said, "It's Ron Bennington." But would you have let me get a picture with you or not?
Fuck yes! I would have loved having a cab pull over, the guy jump out saying I was looking for you in a city of 12 million and I found you. That would be fantastic. Now, are you close to Austin? We're coming down next week.
Oh man, next week?
Yeah.
Okay. For Moon Tower, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to figure out a way to get to Austin.
Well, let's figure it out. Then me and you will get a picture together.
Oh, I have a signed. I'll tell you another story of my, fame. I got on my office a picture of a CD, like a Scooby-Doo CD or something. But anyway, you signed it and sent it to me because I won Big Ass Prize Closet one time ago, and they asked me what I wanted from the prize closet. I said, I don't give a shit. Just make sure Ron signs it. And then they sent me that goofy ass.
Yeah, that is stupid. Anyway, that's fucking dumb. Hey, Jim.
Yeah,
let us know if you can make it to Austin. I'll bring you in to see the show. Okay.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron.
I'll say this: front and back tickets, front row, backstage. Let Chris know. All right.
Nice.
I'll let you know. Thank you.
Peace. Front and back. That's something we used to give out on fucking radio when I first started. You can win front and back. The sticks.
That was a really sweet guy.
The guy is an adorable guy. What do you think the odds are that was me? 1 in a million?
You did say cigarettes.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. You see the size of the cigars I smoke? I smoke small fucking cigars, Chrissy.
I think it was you.
Now you change your fucking tune up quick. You know what? You don't hold on to anything. Nothing is fucking precious to you.
This is precious to me. You are precious to me.
Andy Richter is the smartest fucking person I've ever heard of.
I can't agree with that, Ron.
He did what I should have done years ago.
I think he's a mean prick. And me and his wife have a lot in common.
I am going to be down. Chris will not fucking plug these gigs, but I'm going to be at the Moon Tower. At Antone's, I'm doing a show and with some real fucking heavy hitters from Austin, Chris.
Yeah, with Matt Bearden, we'll be there, and that's happening Thursday, April 25th, 9:30 p.m. That's Ron Bennington Crowdsource. That's Thursday, April 25th, and then earlier in that day, you'll be on Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, his live podcast at 6 p.m., and then Friday, April 26th, Unmasked with Brad Williams, and then Saturday, April 27th.
Hey, Chris, can I just say something?
Yes.
When you ramble like that, people hear nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like a fucking guy explaining the menu at the Cheesecake Factory. Just fucking pick one and hammer it.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
One and hammer it.
Ron Bennington Crowdsource.
Oh, God, why you talk like you don't know me? You're saying Ron Bennington.
Ron Bennington Crowdsource.
Why are you reading? Just fucking give out where I'm going to be.
Ron's next Thursday, April 25th. Ron's going to be at Antone's nightclub in Austin. Go to austintheater.com for tickets and badges.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No, it wasn't. Much more simpler than what I was doing.
Yeah, don't we have a social media that they can click onto?
Yeah, that's Bennington SXM on Instagram and Bennington Show on Twitter. You get all the information there.
You never talked about our big hit single that you did for me?
And there's also a song that gives you all the information about what's happening April 25th.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
There's a party. .org. Get your badges. Ronnie B. April 25th. Antones.
That's all you would have to do is play that, Chris.
Good point.
When did you guys film that?
It's right down in the village. Yeah. And then some of it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, a little bit of BK, you know?
Why didn't you put Vinay in it with us?
I didn't think to put Vinay in.
Yeah.
Hey, Christine, just did this thing from Gomez. Hey, hashtag Gas Digital is looking to fill a part-time position. Need someone who is New York-based, organized, creative, and is able to work with Bronx Johnny.
Really? Didn't know that. I didn't know that would be the last part.
Sounds like it's your gig, dude.
That's not good.
That's not good, he says.
I have to get to the bottom of this.
There's a party at the Moon Tower.
Ron and B's got the tap.
Hey, how come I'm not in this show at Moon Tower? 30 comedians, 1 minute rant. I don't think so, honey. That looks like fucking fun.
You have a very full schedule.
Yeah, but are you even keeping an eye on me, Chris? Or you just let me fucking get left out of all the fun things? I like to rant for 1 minute. I don't have 1 minute in that fucking busy schedule. I already know what I would rant about.
What's that?
Black people. Everybody likes to rant about black
Sure,
people.
yeah.
Are the new Negroes in yet?
Yes, they are.
All right, so we should break then, right?
Yes.
Wait, why did you put your finger up? No. Wait for G.
Okay.
Wait for G. I don't want to do it by myself. You know, I could get half. I could spend half my time relaxing. Should we break now, or we need to keep going?
We could break now.
They doing other shows besides ours?
Yeah, but we're their next show. They just had like a little 2-minute break.
What do you mean they had a 2-minute break?
Like they finished the show and then they went to the bathroom and they're in the lobby.
Okay. That's all you had to say. That's simple. They're in the lobby. I didn't know that they had a 2-minute break, that they went to the bathroom. That's none of my fucking business. This is the new Negroes, not the old Negroes, where you fucking have the right to keep an eye on them the whole time. All right, Chris, plug.
Open Mike Eagle and
Good plug, though.
Yeah, Open Mike Eagle and Baron Vaughn are coming up next. Their new show, The New Negroes, premieres this Friday, April 19th at 11 p.m. on Comedy Central and BET.